again, chat. I stopped streaming earlier because my head started to hurt. So I'm back now. It's pretty late right now for me, so. I'm gonna be watching YouTube while I'm doing this, so if you hear like random voices, it's just me watching YouTube at the same time. I like watching ghost videos before you ask.
What the fuck?
Let's go with this one. I'm gonna finish the Inazuma Archon quest. Because I really want to do it. I'm also gonna do some exploring. So I have my, yes, so no one can join me. Who's on? Which friends are online right now? Okay. Ugh, I'm tired. I will get the other statues later after my Archon quest. So I gotta go there and teleport here. I have to do Ayaka's story and Yoimiya's. So and when we get to like when I have to send my AR, I'll turn my co-op on and have some of you join and help get my AR up.
They say that is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to... It's no wonder all the visions have...
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But Why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurt.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But my own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provision?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth, but we better confirm. Let's go round. We should be able to...
Nowhere to run! Futile!
Wait, I went the wrong way, didn't I? I did.
Surrender!
Not there, I go the wrong way. Nope.
Futile!
We really outdid ourselves. All those samurai houses packed with goods.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey. You demand!
These seem like the treasure hoarders were...
Woo.
Phew. Our bond is strong.
Through me, justice is served. You stand condemned. Guilty.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. Come on, boss.
Not bad, kid. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see it?
Food supplies. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here, but
Yeah, and they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom. As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
yes, of course. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here. Surrender! Futile! Nowhere to run!
Oh, alright.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, Red! How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much?
Let me... Kurosawa would... However...
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must... Kurosawa thought, so he deemed...
Wow. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not... If you're still curious, why don't you... I see... That reminds me, it seems that his vision was most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift. In hindsight, I regret that... Why don't you ask him about... Oh, but before you go... If you would kindly settle today's...
But we...
Information is also a kind of commodity. Don't worry, I won't charge much.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Let's go talk to...
Surrender! Futile!
What are you doing here all by...
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarder?
That just about sums it up. It turns...
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword, this sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed, and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey! If you look carefully, there seems to be some engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition. But what use of virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm
Yet another. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell. Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next.
When you see me skipping on wishing, it's because I know I won't get anything good, so I just skip. And if I end up getting something good, then I'll just freak out when I see it. And who was my last 5-star? Probably Sino, right? History. For some reason, I can't look at my pity. I don't know why.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around.
Nanako, don't worry. Since those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him.
I'll be right back.
Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep! We've heard all about the mighty master, but then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he once said that his goal was... And so, even while training up... But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the Shrine Maidens from the Grand... But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine.
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head Shrine Maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head Shrine Maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary Shrine Maidens from the Grand Naru... So don't worry, Nanako. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more...
So, Luz...
I guess I'm just gonna wait. So I'm just gonna...
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness.
above ground. On the floor.
Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's, his senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away with it. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! Let's go!
How did you catch up with me so quickly? Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master, barely days into his training, showed that he and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived,
I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had... Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we...
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui art, will do our best to help.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her. Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junior is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
But she's has
Keep
heard
away.
of us.
Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady Yai, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest swordmaster in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Anzai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. but that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Hello, my wife.
Traveler, Paimon. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Hello.
Oh, okay then.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains but I believe that surely you It seems that perhaps now you can You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Like join the world. After I finish the tea house, because I'm gonna have to go to a quest.
Please continue without me.
So like once I finish
this is
this part,
such privilege.
the quest,
Once
so
the
I'm gonna
number
have
of
to do story
ceremonial
quests.
affairs conducted.
So
In
maybe
any case,
if I
the almighty she inspires. It was her almost. The issue is this. For the vast majority, after all, because of this,
how can they...
Nevertheless,
resistance?
Yes. To say a little more about Sangonomiya.
Sangonomiya
Historically, but I do wonder whether... Of course. They invariably... It almost makes one...
You're rank 7?
Well,
have you got a plan yet to fight?
To be honest,
I need your AR, because I'm AR 35
Please.
On this account.
So...
Well,
31, I mean.
For example,
hang on, I have to check.
Don't underestimate the talents.
31.
The problem we are...
Darn!
Yes. We knew... Exactly. I feel... When you are ready.
I'll show you my AR rank. I'm AR... Hang on. I'm AR 31. So... I'm gonna have to join you. Like your adventure rank 17? Is that what you mean? Okay. Hang on. Let's see if I could wish.
Good deeds and bad.
No, no wish.
In the end, all will be placed.
What's your UID so I can join you? Or you can add my UID. It's in the corner of the screen. Oh. Toma. Is this our conquest? This is our conquest. Hmm.
My apologies. Kamore Tea House only accepts guests of sufficient status. Please don't enter without permission.
What tea is this?
I need your Genshin UID. The thing that's your username. UID is the numbers in the corner or on the side here. How about you just type in mine? So let me just do you see the thing in the corner of my screen that is labeled UID? And like those numbers? Those are how I'm able to friend people. Like for example, I'll just...
Please. These are all the snacks I have. Please let me grow up faster.
Let me go over here. Oh, oops. I'm also on PS4. PS4? I don't know how to add people. I don't know how to add friends on here. Okay. gonna...
The new book from Yai Publishing House is out. Come take a look.
Oh. Guess I'll do... I set one. Just send.
Will be placed upon the scales.
I just got ear drummed.
Please speak to President Song. I'm just ahead.
There we go. Okay. There's not a single game. Ah.
Okay. Please speak to President Song.
How can I improve my culinary skills?
Okay. Fixed everything. Run.
Surrender!
Okay, I sent you a friend request on your PlayStation.
You can find everything.
Did not get it? I sent it. Let me steal. Ooh, okay. Pooped out. Follow. Nope. Nope. I'm sending it again. Oh. Okay. I got... Okay. Skip. Sorry, I probably added the wrong person. There you go. There you go. Hoping you got it now. Sure. I'm sorry if you hear barking, it's my dog. I'll be right back. To answer your question, Oh no, I messed up. Oh, I guess I can't order it yet. Oh yeah, I need to my heart hurts.
You can find everything and anything in Tsukumomono groceries.
Ominous. How do I do that? I'm still basically new to PlayStation. If you want me to join your party, you're gonna have to teach me how to do it. Cause I'm, oh my.
The new book from Yai Publishing House is out. Come take a look.
To discover their ability to stun time.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
Adding weird abilities
Welcome
to
to
the
Bonton
characters.
Sangha Detective Agency. What will you have me solve?
Please speak to President Sangha. I'm just a helper.
I'm sorry, I panicked. I'm really sorry, I panicked.
Good deeds.
I was not used to that.
And bad.
Sorry, I panicked. I'm gonna stop broadcasting.